evening, and welcome to another
McMuscles Midnight Massacre.
That's the one. And today, we're not going to heaven. We're being dragged to hell.
In 2009.
Yeah, in 2009, I remember hearing that Sam Raimi of Spider-Man and Evil Dead fame was making a brand new horror movie, and I got really excited. I don't know about you.
I don't remember hearing that at all. I didn't even remember that it was him that did it until we rewatched it, to be honest.
Well, you could probably tell.
To be quite honest.
Now that you watch it again, you can probably even tell that if I hadn't said anything, and if I said it was Sam Raimi, you're like, oh.
Yeah, there were moments.
There were moments. So, this is a film that, like you said, came out in 2009 and stars nobody.
Well, okay, so the girl who was the star of this movie, the simpering little white girl. With this whisper voice that I remember seeing her in this movie White Oleander. I was trying to tell you that, and you're like, okay, but where else? She was in some other movie where she was there was Matchstick Men.
Matchstick Men.
That's what it was. But again, I don't know what happened to this woman. I don't know if she is still doing movies.
Drag Me to Hell is what happened to her, because unless she did stuff after it.
I don't think so.
It's kind of the end of her career. So it stars this woman. We don't know her name still.
Very plain Jane. I want to know the thought process of casting her. I think that was the time maybe where she had done these other movies and they're like, yeah, okay. Or maybe she'll I'll let you put a bunch of gross shit in my mouth.
In every other
scene, and they're like, sold, you got the part.
So
I kept a tally in my notebook of gross mouth stuff.
Let's back it up a bit. So this stars.
It also stars
woman,
your favorite
Justin
guy.
Long, who I don't particularly care for in any film I've ever seen him in. It's not like he's a bad guy, I just don't like him. I don't understand.
He just has in Massacre, how they say in French, which kind of means someone you want to punch in the face.
Yeah.
He has a face that's very
punchable.
Smackable. Yeah, so Massacre.
I'm sure he's a lovely man.
I'm sure he's a great person.
And he plays her boyfriend, and she works for an insurance, and she works for a bank.
Loan officer is very important.
It is.
She's up for promotion.
She's up for this promotion. There's a shark out there trying to get the promotion from her.
Rudy, he had the stupid name.
Henry something, I don't know. And she needs to make some moves to get that promotion. And of course, the first thing that happens is a woman of Romanian descent shows up and says, I can't pay for my house, and they've given her 2 loan extensions, and she very unreasonably still asks for another.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with this movie. I'm completely on this girl's side pretty much at all. I don't like her, but I'm completely on her side because she didn't do anything really wrong.
Well, she went against her nature because she could have given the woman another one, but the boss is like, well, Stu's pretty cutthroat. He wouldn't do it, and I mean, it's up between you and him for this promotion. So she's like, okay. So she denies the lady, even though she could have given her another one. But she was like, no, I need to prove that I'm a fucking tough ass.
Wait, let me interrupt you right there. Well, it really sucks for you, lady. Why don't you stay with your family? No, I would never burden my family.
You list your granddaughter as a reference. Maybe you could stay with her.
I would not burden her.
Fuck you!
Her daughter, yeah. No, to give her this, give simpering white lady, what's her, you gotta figure out, Christine Brown, that's her name.
Christine Brown, yeah.
She tries to come up with alternate solutions instead of just turning this lady away and well, am I gonna live on the streets? Why do you have a daughter I see here in the file? Why don't you go stay with the daughter? Why don't you look into a home?
And no!
My pride!
Drag you to hell!
I can't! I am too prideful to burden my family.
That's a sin.
But then I will get on my knees and beg you.
Yeah.
In the middle of this fucking bank. So that there made no sense. So because the Roma lady was prideful and she's like, I don't want to ask for handouts. I don't want help from other people. But I will beg you.
For you. So the woman, Christine
begs her.
Christine just goes, no, sorry, please.
No, but then she shames her because the woman's grabbing onto her and Christine's freaking out. She's like, get off of me, fuck off. And then the woman's like, I beg you and you shame me? This is what snaps in her mind.
Yeah.
This is why thin error happens.
And 2 big security guards come and don't do anything. They watch the woman, they watch her freak out, And then she's escorted off the premises.
There's already gross mouth stuff happening, but anyways.
Yeah.
But then she's like, well, how dare, like...
Then later on that day, she's trying to get into her car.
And she's leaving.
And the woman, Wait,
we're not going to talk about the napkin?
What napkin?
The CGI napkin?
God,
he's like the third character of importance in this whole movie. Is CGI napkin.
This old lady has
she had
this
a gross napkin. She was like barfing her stuff into.
Old lady gunk.
She also has the wonky. Her eye is one of those milky. Don't work no more. That's why she couldn't work anymore. And that's why she deferred on her payments and she.
They tried to make her look as gross as possible while still keeping her somewhat human physically. Well, because she's almost like just a pure witch.
Decrepit corpse of a woman.
Yeah.
With the bad eye and has these teeth she takes out. She's hawking up lubes into this fucking napkin, right? So Christine's trying to get to her car. Napkin flutters by.
It's a
very fucking American Beauty fucking white paper bag, plastic bag in the wind. Do you ever feel like a fucking handkerchief? Okay,
then, oh no, she turns around and the old lady
car
is in the back of her seat. She sees her car.
Oh, she sees her car and the car sounds like it's coughing. This is like Sam Raimi's hard on for this car that you were saying?
Yeah, Sam Raimi loves this fucking car. It's in most of all. Uncle Ben drives it in fucking Spider-Man.
I don't know if it's an old Impala, it's something. You guys probably know what it is, but...
she instant transmissions into the back of Christine's car.
Magic.
And here's the first thing that really gives me why I dislike this movie, and it sucks because I want to kind of like it, but I can't because the movie is mostly played pretty straight. Christine's boring. She's not really jokey. Justin Long is kind of jokey, but not really. Every character,
this annoying couple,
is kind of just normal and boring. But then they have these over-the-top, stupid scenes that are hard to take seriously. Because unlike Evil Dead, which is mostly always kind of jokey due to Bruce Campbell or how things
non-stop narrative of cheesiness and stuff like that.
But this it just doesn't work because when the old lady starts not throwing up, but starts biting Christine's lower jaw, and she doesn't
sucking
have her
down.
Just sucking on her lower jaw, and she's just going, "Oh God, it's so gross!" And this happens throughout the entire movie. Scenes like this,
a lot of over the top.
And how does she she's about to drive away from?
Oh, it's a mess. The whole scene is a mess. She decides to ram her car into another car, puts her seatbelt on last second, the woman goes through the windshield or whatever, and
she drives off or something.
Well, they call the cops, and a bunch of other weird stuff happens, but the point is, during their kerfuffle, the woman snatches a button from Christine's coat, holds it up, and does a hocus pocus, calls on the Lamia.
Yes,
okay.
This is the demon.
This is very important, and then hands it back to her, the button. So she gave it to her, saying basically, "I curse you with the thinner, but it's not the thinner, it's the Lamia." The Lamia.
It's a goat monster.
It's a black goat demon monster curse. Okay.
Yeah.
And Christine's like, "What the fuck? Doesn't know what's happening. Whatever." And then the cops are called, but the woman doesn't die. That's the thing.
She does, just eventually.
Yeah, but not in that scene. I think the woman she gets carted away or whatever happens, and then you're like, okay, cool, whatever, and then how does she realize?
No, weird thing. She starts hearing sounds in her apartment and just starts seeing shadows and things.
Oh, shadows of the big goat man. Yeah.
This curse has a 3-day cycle.
Gestation cycle, so it takes 3 days for the curse.
The first day it's just kind of fun little spookies.
Little pokies.
Yeah.
But then it's by the 3rd day, the Lamia is going to come and it's going to drag you down into hell, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Unless you can give this curse to someone else.
Unless you can stop getting dragged to hell.
You can re-gift the curse.
And get someone else to get dragged to hell.
Yeah.
And she meets this Swami
fortune teller. Oh yeah,
fortune teller man.
Well, dishwater boyfriend, aka Justin Long, picks her up after this horrendous event, and he's
being attacked viciously by someone. He laughs it off. He's like,
it's okay. And then she sees a fortune teller. She's like, I want to go here. I want to get my fortune told.
And he's like, I don't want to.
He's like, he's making fun of it. He's being a douche, whatever. And then they meet that guy. And he's like...
The fortune teller.
Yeah, the fortune teller who just...
all I remember that he's in Inception as the guy that makes the anesthetic that makes people go into dreams. That's the only other place I've ever seen that actor before.
I don't know where I've seen him before, but he has a pleasant face and a nice voice, nice cadence to it. And he explains to her, oh, it's the Lamia, oh, it's this, it's that. And, we didn't talk about the initial scenes. There was a first start-off scene with no one here, with these parents that had a kid who's being brought by a demon.
It was just like an atmospheric setup to how Drag to Hell happens.
Exactly. And they go see a woman for help and whatever. It all comes in later.
Yeah.
But so then she kind of knows what it is and she's like, what do I do? And then they're
sacrifice an animal.
Right. So they have this kitten. And you're all like, you were so wrong. He was like, well, this was before they started actually showing stuff like animal dying in movies because they were scared of it. I'm like, I don't think
No. I did say that, but I said that
really
in another
wrong.
movie.
Oh, okay.
You're watching another movie, and this one I was like, I remember like, oh
Okay.
God. Yeah, I mean, it's a really fake-looking dead cat.
Exactly. She's like, I'm not gonna kill my cat, but it's like a baby kitten, and you could.
And it was played for laughs because she's like, I'm not gonna kill a cat, no way. And then it shows she's getting tortured by the demon. It's throwing her around, and then she takes out like a knife and just starts going, here, kitty, like instantly.
Here, kitty, yeah, exactly. Because she's like, fuck this.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I don't think anyone would still do that in real life. I'm not sure. We wouldn't do that.
Would we get drugged to hell if men had to kill Lilu?
Yeah.
No, I'd kill myself first.
Yeah, there you go. That's my girl.
You know?
So she does that, and then she's like, that's the end of that chapter, and then she has what you can already see 1,000 miles away, an awkward dinner with the haughty-taughty parents of her boyfriend, and you know shit's gonna go wrong.
The waspy parents who already, like, she overheard a conversation about the mom being like super rich, snooty white lady being like, doesn't that girl, didn't she live on a farm? You need better than a farm. You need someone we can double in tennis with and blah, blah, blah.
She can just find someone on onlyfarmers.com.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I've been dating her for a year. It's kind of serious.
He at least stands up for her. He's like, I love her, Mom. I'm not going to know.
Yeah, I like that she came from the farm.
Yeah. So they have this really bad dinner where she just starts hearing things again, and there's a weird fly. It's a strange scene.
And then she freaks out.
You okay? Water? Maybe have some. Went down the wrong pipe.
Oh my God!
Then
she decides she's gonna go try and ask Madame. They kept saying her name over and over again. She had this weird name,
like Mrs. Baklava or something.
Oh no, Mrs. Ganush.
Ganush, yeah.
So she's like, I'm gonna go see her daughter. I gotta ask her to like remove this fucking thing. You know, I'm dying over here.
Gotta do something.
And then her daughter, Isadora, is super bitchy with her.
So then she's like, well, you should just go see my mom regardless because she's fucking dead.
Yeah, they were having like a Roma funeral. And
she just died.
Yeah, she was just dead in the coffin. Maybe she died of a broken heart because she didn't have a place to live, or I don't know. But are there wacky coffin hijinks that ensue? Of course there are.
Whenever there's a scene like this where there's an open coffin and with how the movie has certain little scenes that are ridiculous, you know, the woman's dead body falls all over Christine and starts puking up mysterious liquid. Maybe it's the embalming fluid.
The secret of the ooze just starts coming up, and Christine just mouth open like,
just taking it.
I want it to be in a Sam Raimi movie. No one knows who I am.
And then she gets up and just kind of goes like, eh.
Yeah,
and
she's over it. Eh? All of them. She just like barely wipes it on her sleeve and she just goes about her business.
During this funeral, there must have been 50 other family members, and I guess none of them could board her either.
Oh, yeah, no, huge big community. Nobody wanted old Mrs. Ganesh.
So she gets really nothing out of it until like she's going to have this big meeting with the Spanish lady from the opening scene of the movie that wants to help banish the demon, and the fortune teller's there.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big showdown.
He hooks it up, and they have this whole like, what we can do is we can trick the Delamia so we can like call him out, and then if you touch me while I'm calling him out and he's speaking through me, and then you touch this actual goat, it'll transfer his soul into the goat. This is what I understood. And then we'll slaughter the goat.
Right,
so we'll kill him.
He'll be trapped in the body that we kill. And then, we don't have to deal with this anymore. It doesn't go well.
They managed to bumbly bone it up. Like, they cock it up real bad. Okay.
And basically from right there, she's like, what do I do? And then the guy just tells her, oh, you can just take the object that is cursed and just give it to somebody.
Yeah.
She's like, why did you fucking tell me that? He's like,
she's like, but they're gonna be drugged to hell.
He goes, who would be so mean as to want to drag someone else to hell?
Oh, is there that evil Stu that like fucked her over at work. He actually like stole an account from her, and he did big troubles, okay, and he was just despicable the whole time.
Yeah, and then she just blackmails him on the phone, says,
like,
come over right now, and then she just goes, I'm going to give you this thing, just take it and shut up, and I won't talk about this anymore the way you fucked me over, because I have evidence or whatever. And he's like so pathetic, and he's whimpering and crying. She's like, I'm not even going to do this to you.
Yeah.
So
what's the other solution?
The other solution is so ridiculous that she talks to the fortune teller. She's like, well, you can just give it to a dead body as well.
No, they're like, it might work if you give it back to the person who cursed you, even if they're dead, or some other logic, some other convoluted logic, which is basically we're gonna dig up old Mrs. Ganesh bones and we're gonna give it to her, and that'll be the end of that.
Yeah, so she tries that. She falls asleep in the grave. There's a big torrential downpour, and
she makes out with her a little bit more, I think. Some other weird mouth stuff happens.
Because she gives the little object, which is just the little button inside an envelope.
It's in an envelope, right?
Yeah.
Which we should have seen coming. Because she had this envelope on her, and there was a mix-up where all my papers went flying everywhere, including
this envelope. Because her boyfriend's driving her with all this shit to the graveyard.
But you could see she's holding the envelope. What would have made me mad if it had just been an empty envelope that she's holding gives. But you clearly see the outline of a circular object. So you're like, okay, she never takes it out and looks at the button, but you see there's a circular object like in the envelope.
Yeah. But unfortunately or fortunately, Justin Long happens to be a huge nerd that collects coins.
That she found a rare one as she works in a bank. Put it in an envelope.
A 1933 nickel.
What could happen? Could there be a mix-up? What do you guys think?
So
there's a mix-up.
She's waiting to go on a big, huge vacation with him.
Yeah, they were gonna go to like the Catalina wine mixer or something. Like they were gonna go take the train and like, oh, we gotta get away from all this madness, right?
And then he holds out an envelope saying, hey, look, I found your button.
No. She's going to meet him at the train, because this is about fashion, so obviously I remember. And she sees this beautiful bright blue coat in the window. And the coat that the button got ripped off was this ugly gray number, like thank God it's gone. And then she like harasses the shopkeeper who just wants to do her job because the shop isn't open to buy this beautiful blue coat because she's wearing all these floral prints and colors now because like the evil has been defeated. Yeah. But before that she was always wearing some gray drab shit. And now like she does a twirl and she sees Justin Long on the platform and she's like, don't you love my new coat? And he's like, oh, what happened to the other one? She's like, I fucking burned it, like I hate it, I got rid of it, I never want to see it again. And he's like, well, that's unfortunate because
what I said.
I found your button. Well, you didn't do a good lead up. You know what I mean? Like, give the
movie didn't do a good lead up.
No, but you're just like, well, then he finds her on the platform, like, here's this button, and like, she fucking freaks the hell out, obviously, because she's like, I did all that for nothing. She's like, me and my 90 pounds dug up Mrs. Ganoush.
Whoa. She's
so mad.
Falls into the train tracks.
There's a train coming, but it doesn't matter. You know why?
Because now it's time for drag to hell.
So she got drugged the fuck to hell.
A bunch of CG bullshit hands just.
It was just like lava.
Into the tracks.
It's just like big old lava goat pulls her into lava goat demon just pulls her into hell. Justin Long's all like, ooh, he's literally like this.
I wish I have my nickel.
Yeah, no. He doesn't because she put it in Mrs. Ganesh's mouth.
That's the end of the movie, I guess.
That's what happened.
It's so tonally like inconsistent. Like I said before, it's not like Sam Raimi's previous films, like the Evil Dead franchise, at least, where it's like it doesn't know whether it wants to be a weird supernatural comedy or it wants to be like a serious drama with horror.
Because it was not funny.
It wasn't.
It was unintentionally funny.
In the places they probably didn't want.
Oh yeah, because CGI handkerchief came back later for a second scene.
Yeah, it had.
We didn't talk about it, but there's another one.
At round 2, where it just shows up.
Again, was it trying to be funny? Was it trying to be?
I don't know, but the CG on it was so bad too.
It was real bad.
Like the movie was made cheaply, and I can't fault you for like that's the budget you had. But then they just tried to have certain special effects where I'm like that looks awful. Then they had some practical stuff that was like a little bit better, but it was still like always gross. Like it was never scary, the movie at all.
It wasn't.
Like
it was either scary, you're confused because it's being, I don't know, I keep saying the word cheesy, but like what's the tone of like Evil Dead are kind of just like,
I think it's tongue in cheek.
Yeah, it is, and this was just like, baby, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, like pick what you want to be.
Yeah.
You know?
It was. I remember watching it when it came out. I don't think I watched it in theaters, but I remember being really disappointed. Like, that was just. I didn't like that.
It's disappointing where it could have been something.
Yeah. This came out on Netflix, and we watched it then.
Yeah.
Like, if you've never seen it before, I still think it's like there's
worth a watch, I guess.
There's a certain hilarity to it, but I mean, it's just, I guess it just doesn't hit the palate right. Almost like how gross old lady gunk feels bad in your mouth.
Guys, there's so much other stuff that goes in your mouth. I can't even tell you. Like, I was gonna write them, but then I just did like check marks, and there was like 7. There's like 7 scenes with mouth shit happening.
So if it's on Netflix, maybe, but I wouldn't recommend this.
No, like, I not in good conscience.
No, maybe if you're high.
You keep saying that as a default for a lot of these. Like,
maybe if you're high.
I don't know. Maybe you'll like it.
But I think that concludes another McMuscles Midnight Massacre. We're going to be watching another movie again tomorrow night at midnight. So I hope you all join us for the massacre.